Hello, my dear people, and welcome back to Velvet Roads Homestead. I am getting ready to go outside on one of the nice sunny days out here in the Pacific Northwest and just kind of clean up my February garden. While my coffee is brewing, I thought I would take you outside and show you what my front yard garden looks like. I haven't touched it since I did my composting at the end of the summer. First things first is I have dill popping up everywhere. As you can see, I've got a big dill here, a couple here in my green stock, and they are everywhere. Look, there's another one right there popping up in my echinacea. So this is my pear tree. If any of you remember, I did weigh it down last year to kind of open up some of the branches to get more light in there. So I need to trim it back and just kind of prune it. Some of these that are going straight up need to be taken off. I need to cut back how tall it is also. I've got my comfrey dyed back finally. My blueberries are getting pretty big and wild over here. And I've got to cut back my rosemary. Those are my alpine strawberries that I put in last year after I took out, I can't remember what I took out, but I had an empty spot. So I ended up putting in alpine strawberries and they are doing lovely. I need to cut back this sage right here. I never did that at the end of the season. I've got to prune my rose of Sharon. It's getting pretty massive, as you can see. And then this bed is tragic looking. I need to cut back all my echinacea. I've got to cut back my butterfly bush. Let's zoom out here. There we go. Now you can see my butterfly bush needs to be cut back. All my roses need to be trimmed and pruned back. Got some hips on here still. But my calendula is still going strong. Over here, my nasturtiums finally died back. We had a hard freeze the other night, and that pretty much killed it. But yeah, I came out here yesterday and pulled out some of these dills that were growing through my covering that I put down. So they are really going strong. But yeah, I've got to clean off all of this here. I've got some garlic coming in from last year that I guess didn't get pulled out. And yeah, as you can see, it just needs some love. All my sunflowers are still here. I've got some more dill coming up here. As you can tell, they call it dillweed for a good reason. These are my tomatillos that I never pulled out. I kind of just left things, which is not usual for me, but it's okay. Over here, I've got a bunch of ground cherry seeds I need to collect and dry out. I've got to cut my lavender bush back and then reset this bed here. I wanted to take you over here because in the fall, I had my older kids collect some leaves and put them underneath. Oh, there's a worm. I had them collect some leaves and put them under these things to help keep the weeds down and nourish the soil. And I think it's going to be awesome this year. This is where I wanted to plant my garlic, but I think I actually am going to hold off and plant it in the front because this area doesn't get much sun during the winter time. So here's what I'm working with. So first things first, I'm going to get my tools that I'm going to be pruning with, and I'm going to clean them off with some rubbing alcohol. And I'm just going to clean the blades and all around them with the rubbing alcohol just to make sure that I'm not like contaminating the cuts with, you know, like viruses or bacteria or anything like that. So here you can see one of the rocks that I used to tie the branch down to, and it just helped open the tree up a little bit. And so I think I'm gonna get some more rocks, and actually I might be able to tie it to those blueberry things over there to just open up that other side also, because these branches here need to be open. They need to come out further. So I might try to pull it over. I don't know. It looks like it's kind of leaned over slightly. But it already looks a lot better than it did. Here's what the garden looks like after working for a little bit out here. I cleared this big main bed and I covered some of the smaller beds. I pulled down all the stuff that was hanging on my trellises. I trimmed back my pear tree and laid some new bark dust. I also trimmed my rosemary, as you saw, trimmed back my sage and my rose of Sharon. And I completely hacked my butterfly bush and my roses all the way down. I tore down all of the things on this trellis and cleared out the rest of the beds. All in all, I'd say it's a pretty good clear out for the new garden come springtime.